everybody, and welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now, this is the match reaction for Sheriff versus Manchester United. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So it's a game that has quite a few topics really, but we don't really want to go into too much depth about it. And yeah, it was one of them games. I thought the game went really well, to be honest. Garnacho deserves a lot of praise, but we'll get onto him in a moment. I just want to talk about the more main headlines, should we talk about, and mainly that comes to the pundits, I think, because obviously Anthony had that moment where he did his spin around and then passed it out of play. Now, obviously, I've seen Paul Scholes, Robbie Savage, for example, saying that it's embarrassing, it's unprofessional, we shouldn't do it. For me, it's just unnecessary. And obviously, Ten Hag didn't look too pleased with it as well. And obviously, Anthony was subbed off at half time. But that doesn't. Ten Hag already said that it was a planned substitution to bring him off at half time, like he did with Martinez. So it wasn't for a punishment or anything like that the media trying to make it out to be. But I just think it was unnecessary. Yes, Anthony is known for that skill move in training when he was at Ajax, etc. So I just think it's people who try to blow it out of proportion. And I feel like because the media have failed to criticise Martinez for his height, and he's clearly shown that he's one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League this season, they've tried scrutinising Ronaldo for his behaviour and his attitude, but Ronaldo came back last night and did really well. So now they're trying to go on to Anthony now. Anthony messes up, did an unnecessary skill move, and it went out of play. So that's all there is to it. And the media, as always, because it's not a British player, they're trying to blow it out of proportion. But that's just my opinion, and I just think that the media should just calm down and not make it such a big deal. Focus on the football, focus for the weekend game. Don't make it such a big issue, yeah. But yeah, as I just mentioned, Ronaldo, I feel like it was a good game for him to come back. Do I think he'll start against West Ham at weekend? No. But that's just because I feel like he'll play Rashford through the middle for that pace. But if Rashford has a poor first half or a poor 60 minutes, no doubt Ronaldo will come on. And hopefully that's the agreement that Ten Hag and Ronaldo have had, is that Ronaldo will start certain games, but other games he won't start. And as long as he's okay being on the bench, then that's all we need to do till the end of the season, or January, whenever Ronaldo goes. So for me, I just think that it's a good understanding between Ronaldo and Ten Hag, and it's good to know that so far Ronaldo seems to know his place. Obviously Ronaldo wants to play every single game, but again, the pundits, the media, trying to say that it's disrespectful towards Ronaldo. No, Ronaldo is working for Ten Hag. That's the way it is. So you listen to your boss. It doesn't matter if you think you're in the right. You listen to your boss. So if Ten Hag doesn't think Ronaldo's suited for a certain game, he should accept being on the bench. And yes, he's got a high status. Yes, Ronaldo being on the bench will always be a headline. And it doesn't matter. If Ronaldo doesn't make it a big issue, like I don't think he will do because he's a very well professional, I think that Ten Hag and Ronaldo will pursue to go on and do really well together for however long Ronaldo is at the club for, whether he leaves in January after the World Cup, or he stays till the end of the season and then goes off when his contract is up. But yeah, Garnacho I want to talk about real quick, and I know it's not his debut, but what a lot of promise and potential he shows. Garnacho seems to be a very exciting player, and it gave a lot of United fans hope last night. I've seen some fans talk about how he was average and he wasn't playing well. I've seen some other United fans talk about how he did a lot better than anyone expected. For me, I agree with that second statement about how he did better than what I expected. Because even though it wasn't his debut, it was technically his debut under Ten Hag. And to start a game that's a must win and actually playing really well, you're gonna get a lot of praise from it. So I would give Garnacho my man of the match. I know he didn't score a goal. Obviously he started a run that ended in a goal, but it was offside. But still, he ran at his defender. He wasn't scared. It was just like this sheer confidence for such a young lad, and it was great to see, because I think he should start at weekend, to be honest. Obviously, Sancho hasn't been good enough, so during training this week, Ten Hag's looked at Elanga and Garnacho and said, one of you are going to be playing on Thursday. Whoever trains better, whoever I think is going to play better, I'll play you. And obviously Garnacho has been picked over Elanga, which is a big statement, I think, considering that Elanga was a big part of United last year with the Rangnick situation when Elanga was brought through the youth setup, because obviously Rangnick had the lack of forwards. So Elanga, I mean, I've said this many times, I don't think he's ready. And to show that Garnacho is playing over Elanga, I think is a big statement, to be honest. And I've always said I rate Garnacho over Elanga anyway. But yeah, the way that, obviously, he's not the finished product by a mile yet, Garnacho. But the confidence he showed and the thought process of what he was trying to do is a great start. And obviously, if he becomes a success at Manchester United, he could save us 60 to 70 million if he became a world-class player. And that's what you want, because not many United youth players have worked out over recent years. The last one you can really say has worked out is Marcus Rashford, or Scott McTominay. They're the most recent prospects from our youth academy who have stayed at the club and stayed in the first team. Others have gone on loan or have played for the team and not worked out and either been sold or carried on loaning out. Like, look at Tahith Chong, for example. He didn't do too well for United. He got loaned out and now finally sold to Birmingham, I think he went to. So yeah, apart from that, it was a good game. Obviously, Dalot scored from a corner. United scored from a corner. Oh my god, I think that was the last time we scored from a corner was when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 99. But it was a good game, to be honest, I think. And obviously, it is Sheriff. You're not going to expect Ronaldo to get hat-tricks. You're not expecting to obviously win the game by 8-0 because they're in the Europa League for a reason. But you do expect United to win the game comfortably, and I predicted that. I did go for the 3-0 victory, and I was right. I didn't get the first goal score right, but I got the score right. But yeah, obviously Dalot scored from the corner, Rashford scored a very good header, and Ronaldo scored the rebound where obviously Bruno Fernandes crossed the ball into Ronaldo. Ronaldo headed it, and then obviously the keeper didn't didn't catch it, and then Ronaldo ran for it and kicked it in. So that's also good about Ronaldo, because that shows that he's hungry. Because I've seen over recent times where he's headed the ball and then the keeper hits it away. Ronaldo doesn't sprint for a ball, he like throws his arms in the air or something, or starts laughing or something because he knows he should be scoring that first time. But to me, it doesn't matter, because I still think that Ronaldo is, obviously he doesn't want to be here, but there's a mutual agreement between him and Ten Hag that whenever the right moment for him to go, whether it's in January or in the summer, then and as long as he performs well and doesn't make a fuss over the next few months, then that's all that Ten Hag really cares about. But yeah, we'll get on to the match reaction now, the match ratings now, sorry. So we'll start off with David De Gea. I did just give him a 6. He didn't really need to do much, and I think that if he did need to do something, he would have saved it anyway. So yeah, David De Gea wasn't really under any threat whatsoever, and yeah, I'd give him a 6. Dalot, he scored, so I'd give him a 7, and it's also good to see that he got the rest where Malacia obviously went to right back and give Dalot that rest. So that's really good to see that Dalot, because obviously Dalot's played a lot of football. I think it was 23 games in a row he's played. So yeah, I personally think that Dalot has got a needed rest, and it was wise of Ten Hag to play Malacia at right back, because obviously Malacia is okay with his right foot. Obviously he's primarily left-footed, but strictly speaking, he did very well coming in for Dalot, who's been very well, who's played very well for United over the recent games. So yeah, Dalot I'd give a 7. Obviously he scored the good goal from the header, and he played very well. The only thing about Dalot that I think that he needs to improve on still is first time crosses, because look at Luke Shaw. Obviously we'll get onto Luke Shaw in a moment, because he obviously got a really good assist for Marcus Rashford. Dalot plays very invertedly, I see, and Shaw plays very overlap type of fullback. So I feel like if Dalot, because I know Dalot's got a good cross on him, so if Dalot tried did that first time crosses and get more balls into the box, he'd bag a lot more assists or create a lot more chances for United. And I think that's where United lack at the moment. We're not creating enough chances and scoring enough goals from it. But anyway, like I said, I'd give Dalot a 7. It was a very good performance from him, and hopefully that rest will we'll see a much more energised Dalot on Sunday against West Ham. Lindelof, I think I'd give him a 7. I mean, he played very well, and the frustrating thing is I think that Harry Maguire will start over him at weekend. Do I think he should? No. And I think it's just because of the height, because obviously West Ham have quite a few physical and tall strikers in Scamacca and Antonio. So yeah, I think that he'll play Maguire because obviously the lack of height from Martinez. And do I think Lindelof's been better than Maguire? Absolutely. Lindelof played well at Goodison Park. He's played well when obviously Varane's been out, and it's good to see that Lindelof can be brought in and used if needed. So yeah, Lindelof would give a 7. Obviously he had that good moment where he passed it forward to Bruno, and then obviously Ronaldo almost scored from it. So Lindelof had some good moments in the game, and I'd give him a 7 like I said. Martinez, I'd give a 7.5. I think that Martinez has been one of the best signings United have ever had. Really, that might be a bit too early, big of a statement, but he's come right in and changed the team in my eyes. And I feel like that Martinez, he's very popular in the fan base. He's very passionate. He loves the shirt, and he hasn't really put a foot wrong yet in my eyes. Obviously, his earlier starts against Brighton and Brentford are always going to be there, but strictly speaking, he didn't let him drop his head. Obviously, the media were slating him earlier in his career at United, and obviously he's just not paid any attention to it, and he's got his head down and just focused on his game. So yeah, Martinez I'd give a 7.5. Malacia, I'm going to give a 6.5. I feel like that he isn't on the same level as Dalot, and obviously he had a few shaky games over recent times, and obviously he was dropped for Shaw, but he's come back in last night's game and full of confidence and saying that I'm still here, I'm still a United player, and I still want my opportunities. So I feel like that's what you want to see from Malacia, because he knows that he's placed that Shaw's the current first choice left back, but Malacia is still knocking on the door, and he's young, he's hungry, and I know that there'll be games where he needs to come in for Shaw, and as long as he performs well, that's all United fans are really asking for. So Malacia I'd give a 6.5. Obviously he started off at left back, but then when Dalot came off he went to right back when Luke Shaw was brought on for left back. So it was good to see in my eyes, to be honest. Casemiro, I'd give a 7. Obviously, you know how much I like Casemiro. He's a brilliant player. I feel like he is just absolutely amazing at what he does. And yeah, I feel like that Casemiro just didn't really have to do much today. Obviously, he broke up the play. He made a few forward passes, just doing what he normally does. So yeah, I'd give Casemiro a standout 7. Eriksen, I'd give a 7 as well. I feel like Eriksen did really well, and I just think that Eriksen is again another player. Obviously he had a few shaky games when Fred was brought in over him, and obviously he had that illness, but he seems to be fully fit now and seems to be at the Eriksen when he first came in. Exciting, creative, and that's what you want to see from Eriksen. So I feel like with Eriksen, he deserved a 7 last night. Obviously his corners were really good. He created a few chances. He had a shot a few times. So yeah, I'd give Eriksen a standout 7. He had a good game. Bruno Fernandes, do I want to say 7, 6.5, or do I say 7? Because I don't think he was as good as Eriksen in the overall play, but he got an assist. I'm going to give him 6.5 because I feel like it was not a bad game for Bruno. It was just more of an average game where he did what he needed to do. He didn't really stand out too much, and he got his assist, so I'll give him a 6.5. So I just don't think that he was on Eriksen's level. But what was good about Bruno is that when he was brought onto the right wing, because that then doesn't allow Bruno to hit that Hollywood pass that I hate so much. And it was good to see because obviously it was a good cross for Ronaldo. And I just think that with Bruno, he did very well when he played on that right wing. So maybe that's a position that you can look out on him for. And I'm going to speak about Antony now because obviously Antony plays in the right wing position. But Antony slows down the play a lot. I've noticed he doesn't hit that first time cross, and I feel like that's where the creativeness lacks in United at the moment, is the wingers, because they're either running at the defenders and losing the ball, or they don't really create anything out of it, or they take a shot. So when it comes to crosses from our wingers, they really lack that at the moment. And obviously Antony's myth that he doesn't have a right foot is obviously a myth, but right now I've said that if you wanted to go creative with the wingers, you'd put Sancho on the right and Antony on the left, because obviously Antony being primarily left-footed and Sancho being primarily right-footed, you can just hit them first-time crosses a lot easier, because normally 9 times out of 10 if Sancho or Antony try to make a cross, they'll hit it onto their preferred foot and then make the cross instead of hitting it first time. And obviously that'll come up with coaching and development, and hopefully they'll be making more creative moments a lot sooner. Like I said, Garnacho at left wing, I think that he was my man of the match, to be honest. He came in at a must-win game, really, because obviously United, we want to top the group, and it's good to see, really, because we know we can rely on him. Like I've said, I would start him against West Ham. I think he played really well, and obviously Sancho hasn't been good enough, so keep him out of the squad. And if Garnacho does struggle against a physical West Ham side, then no doubt you bring him off. That's as simple as that. But right now I feel that Garnacho has a lot of potential, and I would definitely start him against West Ham. So yeah, I would also give Garnacho 8. Did I say? Yeah, I'll give him an 8. He's my man of the match. I'll give him an 8. Did I give Antony a score? I don't think I did I? No, I didn't give Antony a score. So obviously he had that moment where he obviously did the spin around. I've already spoke about that. I'd give him a 6. It was just an average performance from Antony. He didn't do too much, obviously, and I feel like that spin was very unnecessary, like I've already said. So yeah, I did give Antony a 6. And for starting 11, ending it would be Ronaldo. I'd give Ronaldo a 7. Obviously, he got his goal, which I'm very glad to see. He had a few chances. I think he had 4 shots on target. It was like 1 key pass, and so I think it was like 85% dribble success rate or something like that. So, considering obviously we had that issue with Ronaldo last week, he's come in and done what he needed to do. He's obviously focused on the game, got his goal. And obviously you don't expect Ronaldo to score a hat-trick in a game like that. So yeah, it was a good game for Ronaldo. Do I think he'll start against West Ham at weekend? No. I think he'll play Rashford through the middle. But yeah, that. I just think Ronaldo played really well. And if obviously Rashford's struggling for shot-wise on Sunday, then you can bring Ronaldo off the bench. And I feel like if you're bringing Ronaldo off the bench, it's a very good like super sub to have, like a secret weapon type of thing. We'll talk about substitutions really quickly. So obviously we had Harry Maguire, we had Luke Shaw, we had Scott McTominay. I think that was everyone, wasn't it? I think that was everyone. I'm pretty sure that was everyone. I think we only made 3 substitutions last night, didn't we? Oh, if I've missed everyone out, I feel really embarrassed now. Who was it? Maguire came on. Scott McTominay came on. Luke Shaw came on. I think that was everyone, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that was everyone. So yeah, Harry Maguire, he came on at half time. I give him a 6. I didn't think he needed to do too much. So yeah, I feel like that he did okay, to be honest. not much else you can really speak about. Didn't really need to defend too much. His passes were good. So yeah, he didn't really need to do much, and I feel like that with the statistics and stuff, he's done very well. Luke Shaw got the assist, played really well. I'd give him a 7. Yeah, actually no, I'll give him a 6. He played all right, got these assists, and yeah, I give him a 6. Like I said, Maguire give a 6, and McTominay I give a 6. I feel like they played okay when they came on, did what they needed to do, and that's pretty much it. And Ten Hag, I would give an overall 7.5. I feel like he did very well. It was a must-win game, played very well, and I'm just looking forward to the West Ham game. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment and share. We're on 61 subscribers now, so we're getting closer and closer to that 100 mark. So please keep sharing the name Red Devils TV out there, and hopefully we're at 100 subscribers by the end of the year. But yes, thank you for watching today's video. This was your Manchester United versus Sheriff preview. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.